Hey, I think we should start a podcast.
You're a podcast! Ooh, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Your Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Austin Kassler, and this is my lovely wife.
Hi, Faith.
And she is lovely.
Lovely.
Lovely, that's true. Yeah.
I've been lovely for a whole year.
Yeah, we've been doing this for a year.
Episode 52. There are 52 weeks in a year, in case you did not know. Now you know.
Yeah. I always forget how many weeks are in a year. I don't know. It's not a unit of time that I use to measure for that long. Yeah. I'm like, if it's more than 6 weeks, we start going by months.
I didn't legitimately know how many weeks were in a year until like my sophomore year of high school, and somebody was asked that question, and they were like, I don't know, 52, and they were like, yeah, and he was like, oh, dope.
Dope.
I haven't forgotten it since.
Just a good guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know how many weeks were in a year until about 2 weeks ago when Faith said, hey, we're going to have episode 52. That's going to be our 1 year episode.
There you go.
And I was like, cool, there's 52 weeks in a year. That's good to know.
There are. I wonder if it's one of those things, you know, like how there's like 365 point blah, 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 blah days in a year.
Oh.
And that's why there's leap years or whatever. The blue blues add up and to make the 366.
Is that the technical term?
The blue blues, yes.
Cool.
That is technical. I wonder if it's like that with 52. Is it really like 52 blue? There's only one extra day ever, so it'd just be like a weird situation.
Yeah, because it's still just weeks.
Yeah. Probably not 52 full weeks. Cuts off weird.
Maybe.
I don't know. Who fucking knows? I don't care that much.
I don't know. Really, time is not my friend as far as knowing about it or the pace in which it goes. It always seems to be going too fast or too slow.
Yeah, well, you're easily distracted.
I am.
ADD.
I am. Like, do you remember, like, your parents telling you, like, the whole, you can remember what months have how many days with, like, the knuckle thing?
Yeah, I've heard that's a thing.
Do you know how it works?
I don't ever remember it.
Me neither.
I know it's a thing.
Yeah. They're like, January, because your knuckles up, has an extra day, and then February is down.
Well, everybody knows February is a fucked up month. Why is it so short?
Everybody knows.
Why didn't they just make all the other months shorter? Why is February 30 days? Or no, why is January not 30 days and March not 30 days, and then February could be a normal amount of days also?
Because when they made the calendar, they wanted to make sure that Black History Month got the shortest amount of days possible. That's what it is. And that's why we use the calendar we do.
They made the calendar before that because they only decided Black people mattered later.
Listen.
Which is dumb, but that's what happened.
The people who made the calendars are obviously real smart dudes. They knew how long it took the sun to go around the earth down to needing an extra day to make up for it every once in a while.
Yeah.
They for sure were smart enough to know that this was going to be a problem later on. They're future tellers, and they weren't very good people.
Maybe. I think that whoever picked Black History Month probably. But isn't MLK Day in February?
You know.
No, I think it's January.
I really probably should know this.
I feel like it's January because I feel like it's next to Becca's birthday.
Yeah. I really should know this, but I gotta say, as an American, they don't give me the day off, so I don't remember.
It's in January. I remembered it's in January because I have it off because I work for the Gov.
Good job.
And
you're a better person than I.
And also, it's like 2 days after Becca's birthday, so whenever I try and plan to go to California, I'm like, oh, I can just go for a long weekend for MLK Day.
Nice.
Why is MLK Day in January? Is that when he died? Or is that an anniversary or something?
I don't know.
We should know more. See, this is the problem with American education.
Yeah.
More than anything, we've been let down by history. Our history teachers don't teach us enough about the poor, underrepresented people in this country, such as anybody of color, really. Minorities, the Black people, and the poor Native Americans.
You know, I've always said, specifically with, like, learning about, like, the Black history in this country, the way that we go about it is totally wrong.
You need to like seek it out yourself.
You have to.
Which sucks to feel so let down. And I can't even imagine being a person of color and not learning enough about yourself, besides everybody thinking the most important thing about your history is that you were slaves.
Right? I mean,
that's shitty.
It's so shitty. But so like even the little bit that we do find out is, I think the order in which we do it is wrong. I think we should find out a little bit more about like what like the Black community has had to go through in recent times, so it feels more relevant, and like closer to home.
Sure.
Whereas right now, like the first thing that you do, because they try to teach history like chronologically. Yeah, because I remember like in middle school we're learning about fucking like ancient Mayans and shit. Yeah.
Which makes sense, I guess. But like American history, why is it only 1 year in high school? I mean, here in California it was. I don't know about Oregon.
I mean, so like, listen, chronologically makes sense because when you're a little kid, works. Dinosaurs are fucking rad. They keep your attention. They kind of tell you like what the Earth was doing back in the original times.
I thought learning about the Aztecs was pretty cool.
It was really cool. But specifically, I'm talking about Black history. Like, if like in middle school they were to, start teaching you about like recent conflicts, like maybe not even recent conflicts, but just like the civil rights movement, current events, like stuff, something that makes it feel closer to home. Yeah. Because as of right now, the first thing that they do is they teach you they show you roots. Yeah. Which is like crazy and definitely shows you.
Do you think they still show roots?
I don't know, but
that show is fucked up.
It was a little fucked up, but the whole time period was fucked up. But then, so you've got all these middle schoolers running around that know the N-word, but don't really know like the power that it still holds.
That is true.
And so they're just running around yelling the N-word, and then they don't like really know what
it means.
Yeah. Because they don't teach you really anything more than that. They teach you a little bit about the civil rights movement.
A very little bit. Rosa Parks.
MLK. That's it.
Yeah. Up until recent events, which have, I don't know, maybe, I don't know why. I think it's just like the last straw, I guess, the straw that broke the camel's back, why this year there's been like so much, like a push more for like education for like Black history. Because there's obviously been a bunch of shitty shit happening to Black people for, ever. Mm-hmm. Like this year with the whole George Floyd thing, seems like there's been like a lot more videos about Black history, like about Black Wall Street and the Tulsa riots and everything. And I feel like I'm learning more about Black history than I like ever learned in school, besides the stuff that I've like sought out in historical fiction novels. And I'm like, I wonder if that's true. And then I'm all like in a Google hole, like, oh, well, what the fuck? Yeah. I didn't know that.
No, there's a lot, and like really cool stories too. Like, and the more we learn about it, the more I'm like, why are there not more movies about this type of stuff? Like, it's the stuff that is going on is awesome. Yeah. Like, there's so many stories about like even people in the Civil War. How many Civil War movies are there?
Not a lot. People seem like it's like they're not interested. I've thought about this also because I like a good historical fiction these days. And I've heard people say that the reason that there's more World War II movies than any other kind of war movie is because people find it more interesting because it was like the war that fucking changed wars, Sure. So I think it's just a matter of interest where there's like explosions and shit. Not that there wasn't explosions because there was cannons, but like not as interesting,
I think the Civil War was super interesting.
Yeah. I'm just saying that's why. It's because like there's tanks and gunfire and explosions and trenches and whatnot, whereas it's not just like marching. Mm-hmm. I think it's just a pace thing, keeping the pace.
I agree.
It's probably movie is probably easier.
Probably a pace thing, but like when movies like really depict like what a cannonball does to like a tightly clustered group of people, which is how they marched. Yeah, was like, and also, hey, if you were like, we've got cannons. This is what cannons do to a tightly clustered group of people. Maybe space it out a little.
I just think that's how they were trained. It makes sense when you think about it.
So change it.
It makes sense, though, when you think about it because of muskets. because they stayed tightly packed together, so the first row could shoot their shot and then fall back, and the next row could instantly shoot their next shot. So it was like having an automatic weapon. So you had to stay close together so you knew when everybody's shot was.
No, I think you can still space out your line a little just to get a little social distancing in your life, you know?
Just a smidge.
And you know, back to front, so you can still do the front line kneels down, second line shoots over them type of thing. But also then a cannonball can just completely miss.
I do feel like we should have learned more about Civil War also.
What, like in school?
Yeah.
Oh, we spent a lot of time on the Civil War.
Yeah, it just seems like not as much as they should. I don't know, because like maybe it's just because there's so many American wars. You know,
there's a lot.
We put our damn fingers in everything. It's the problem.
We do.
So when you go to American history class, you got one fucking year to cover like every every war that's ever happened.
Yeah, it's
not enough time.
Well,
all the while they're trying to get us to play the damn Oregon Trail. We get it. It was hard, and we all die of fucking typhoid fever or some shit. Okay, it sucked.
Did you like the Oregon Trail game?
I mean, I died.
I never liked it.
It's not great.
I never thought it was fun.
It's just like a story.
Thought it was real boring, and you would just like for 20 minutes just be like running.
Yeah, it was weird.
You know?
Oh, your wagon broke. You all died. It was like one person in the whole class would live.
Yeah, it was dumb, and like the way that video games were like set up at the time was like, oh, you should play this through perfectly. Like you should make it through without like losing any lives or whatever. And the Oregon
That's not the point of the Oregon Trail.
Was like an impossible. It like scolded you for like letting someone die.
It's like that fucking video thing that you had to be in Star Trek to become a pilot, and the fucking captain James Tiberius Kirk cheats to win. You know what I'm talking about? The impossible. It's like impossible to win. You're supposed to like sacrifice yourself so that your crew can live, but he cheats. It's like that. The Oregon Trail is that. What is that thing called? It's got a fucked up name.
It starts with an M.
I don't know.
Fuck. I know it. It's like right there. Damn it. I don't remember. Do you remember? Does your phone remember?
I'm looking it.
Okay. Yeah, because I know that he basically like hacked it, and they were like, "You cheated."
The Kobayashi Maru.
God, so I don't know why I thought it started with an M.
Because Maru. I knew it had two names and it was long. The Kobayashi Maru test is what we're talking about. I don't know that much about Star Trek, but I've seen the movies. I've never watched the show.
You're a Kobayashi Maru.
Could be.
An impossible test.
Can't figure me out.
Nope. Nobody
no way
can.
to win. Cheating doesn't help, though.
No.
Makes it worse.
No, it does make it worse.
Yeah, I'm not a Trekkie or anything. That's the extent of my knowledge is the movies. The third movie that they didn't advertise for at all was good, though.
It was.
That was weird.
Is that the one where they like do the space fight with like a bunch of robots?
I can't remember. We only saw it in theaters.
They played the Beastie Boys to beat them.
Yes.
That was dope.
Yeah, they did play the Beastie Boys. I think that's interesting when they do that in movies. I think it's silly. And like, we found this ancient music.
Yeah, because it's like in the future.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is a banger.
Great song. Yeah.
No, I thought the first Star Trek movie was good.
First Star Wars movie, if you're talking about actual Star Wars, depends on what you mean.
Not great.
Unpopular opinion, I don't mind Jar Jar Binks.
Dude, me neither.
I don't think he's that bad. I don't know why people get so mad.
Here's the thing. When the 1 through 3 Star Wars trilogy came out, we were kids.
Yes.
And that's who What?
Had you seen the original trilogy pre those?
Yes.
Okay. So you still knew the originals before. Mm-hmm. I was the same way. My mom showed me that. I remember having them on VHS.
Yeah.
Pre the other ones coming out.
I'd seen the originals before the remake, but we were still kids at that time.
Yeah.
And Jar Jar Binks was designed like for kids.
Like Ewoks.
Kind of, yeah.
But worse. He's worse than Ewoks for sure. But he's got a dope ass underwater world.
He does have a dope ass underwater world. And so like for us, when we were kids watching it, we remembered him fondly. So I think as adults, like
we don't mind.
He doesn't really bother us. It's kind of like if you watch a movie as a kid and you love it, and then you watch it as an adult,
you tolerate it,
and you tolerate it, but it's just nostalgia. So bad. Yeah. It's like, have you ever gone back and listened to like any of the old cartoons that you used to listen to? And you're like, oh my God, the voices are so
I hate the Fairly Odd Parents.
Annoying. The Fairly Odd Parents.
Fucking Cosmo and Wanda can go die. Dude, their fucking voices are so bad.
I watched a clip of Ed, Edd and Eddy recently.
Did you? I haven't seen Ed, Edd and Eddy.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
As for Ed, Eddy.
That was good. I thought Plank was the funniest thing ever.
Really?
I thought it was.
I wasn't a big Cartoon Network kid.
Really?
Yeah.
I loved Ed, Edd and Eddy. I think I loved Ed, Edd and Eddy because my mom didn't want me watching it.
Oh.
Because my mom was very like, this is like what you can and can't watch. And so it was like, mom's not around and Ed, Edd and Eddy is on. I'm for sure watching Ed, Edd and Eddy.
I don't feel like Edward is that common of a name to have 3 Eds be friends.
You know, I've never thought of it that way.
It's weird.
It is.
And they all live in the same neighborhood. That's weird.
I mean, I
Which
also
one's the
love
dumbass one?
Huh?
Which one's the dumbass one? Eddie or Ed?
I think Ed.
I know one of the Eds is the smart short one with the big ass head.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm just going for statistics here because 2 of them are named Ed. So I'm just going based off of that.
Yeah.
I've got a 66% chance that I'm right here.
That's true.
Math. But really, I think that Eddie was the tall, skinny, smart one. No.
The one with the hat? The black hat?
No, I think I'm wrong. I think he's the guy who was always trying to scheme everyone out of quarters. Yeah, I think
that's Eddie. With the fat head.
Yeah, he's trying to scheme everyone out of their quarters.
He was. That was weird. What was his problem with quarters? That show's weird.
I don't know.
Kids' shows are weird.
It was really weird. He was obsessed with quarters. And I love the theory behind it where it's like a neighborhood full of dead kids.
I was going to ask, I don't like any of those theories. I'm like, why are you trying to make anything out of this?
I kind of like, it's like kind of like a fandom thing. And you're like, if you think about it, you're like, oh, you never once see an adult.
Yeah.
In here. So could it be?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe.
You know? What else did I watch? Oh, Rugrats. Angelica's voice.
Oh, well, yeah.
Fuck.
That whole show's kind of annoying.
It's as far as like the show goes, good. I like the show.
Yeah.
But I don't know how our parents tolerated some of these voices.
Yeah, I don't know. The Odd Parents are the ones that get me the most. Yeah. SpongeBob's always had an annoying voice. That always bothered me as a kid. I think it's a good show, but weird voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't buy into those theories.
Cartoon conspiracy theories.
I guess I kind of do with SpongeBob because Bikini Bottom is actually where they did the atomic bomb things. Mm-hmm. So that makes sense.
What about like the Disney conspiracy theory where like
they're all
the Disney
interconnected?
Movies are linked?
Huh?
Yeah.
I think Disney has come out and said that's true for the most part. There's a fucking fruit fly in here. It keeps flying toward me. Yeah, I think Disney's come out and said that's true for the most part. Not all of them are true. I don't think that
Lilo and Stitch and Snow White are connected. Like,
well, it's different. It's not all of the Disney movies. This is so like the Pixar movies are all connected in theory, and then the Disney princess movies and most of the Disney movies, but not all of them. But like, I don't think that like Tarzan's parents were, because that was like people saying that first, because Tarzan's parents get shipwrecked on that island, and they were like, this must be Anna and Elsa's parents. They got shipwrecked and they are pregnant with a boy. As we learned in Frozen 2, spoiler if you haven't seen it, no.
Nope.
They did get shipwrecked, but no, they're not fucking Tarzan's mom and dad. So it depends, kind of.
And honestly, if that were true, that would probably be my favorite part about Frozen.
That they're Tarzan's parents for real.
Yeah.
But I do know that like
dope.
Yeah, Tarzan's super cool. Great soundtrack.
Movie. Great soundtrack. I love the the gorilla song where they're like just
banging on pots and pans.
Banging on pots and pans and like ripping this whole camp to shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
You know?
I do.
Dig it. I like it a lot.
Yeah. I don't buy all of them, I guess.
Okay.
Depends on the movie. Has to actually fit. You can't just make it fit because you want it to.
Because you want it to.
But
same goes for conspiracy theories.
For real.
Yeah.
But like they and like Frozen, you could see like a little, because you know they like do their little Easter eggs. You can see like Rapunzel and Eugene like walking into the coronation because it's like their cousin or something.
Yeah.
So like there is
connection,
whether they're all linked. I guess they all are because there's always an Easter egg. Like fucking Aladdin's carpet is in The Princess and the Frog. Somebody's like cleaning it out the window.
That's crazy that he made it all the way to America.
Exactly.
All the way down to Louisiana.
All the way down there.
That's crazy.
Way on down.
And they got they're just beating the hell out of a magic rug.
I know, fucked up.
Poor rug.
I know.
All he wants to do is give you some tassel.
Tassel.
And I know in Finding Nemo, there's like a bunch of Toy Story toys in the office.
There are. And at the Turtle Talk with Crush entertainment thing.
Ooh, at Disneyland.
At Disney California Adventures, there's a thing called Turtle Talk with Crush and like the imagination place where you can go draw and see stuff. And he always talks about like this human toy he found, and it goes like a 12 and beyond because it's all underwater, so the speaker's all fucked up.
Yeah. Do you think for that ride, because it's like they let kids ask questions and then Crush like responds, do you think it's like they just recorded a ton of responses, or do you think there's a guy that's
there's a guy back there?
Do you think that'd be a fun job? I think that'd be a great job.
I think you probably have, I think they think of as many questions that a child could ask as possible, and they have like a scripted answer.
Yeah.
And then anything else after that, you just got to really be in character.
Do you know where my dad is?
I haven't seen him here in the Great Blue.
Yep.
But I'll keep my eyes out for you. It's a fun thing. I don't know. I like to go watch it.
Yeah. Well, he might not be around right now, but someday, cuckoo, find ways back to the big old blue.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do turtle. See, I'd be great at that job.
Yeah, I don't think Disneyland would hire you.
Mm-hmm. No, probably not.
Yeah, well.
Because I'd be excited for like the weird questions.
Yeah.
You know? But I think that my sling and bowl for like children level questions, great.
Yeah. Yeah, you're good at making up a story.
Mm-hmm. And just not anything with any real substance, just enough to satisfy a child.
Yeah, but you're like kind of set because like at Disneyland you're not allowed to have like visible tattoos, and like all you'd have to do is make sure you're wearing pants. So
yeah,
like for me that'd be kind of annoying. I have to wear long sleeves all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why Becca thought about applying at Disneyland, but she was like, I don't want to have to wear long sleeves in like the summer outside at Disneyland. That's fucked up.
And Becca at this point would have to wear like long sleeves and gloves.
And gloves, I know.
Yeah. What's up, Becca?
Before she was just gonna have to wear long sleeves.
Yeah. So it'd be tough, and like a head scarf too.
She's really gotta get covered. Wear a whole like thing.
Yeah, Becca would have to be inside one of the costumes.
Yes.
Yeah.
A full mascot character, not just the face. What character would you want to be? If you could be one of those characters.
Any one of them that doesn't have the automatically blinking eyeballs.
Why?
They are freaky, dude.
They are freaky. I think all of them do now, though.
The what?
I think all of them do now.
Not like Princess Jasmine or...
Well, yeah, but you don't look like any of the characters enough to do that.
You think I could pull off Gaston?
No.
No?
No. I don't think you're tall enough.
I appreciate that. That's why you think I can't pull off Gaston.
Well, it's all padding. It's not real.
Have you seen the videos where like people
do like the push-up competitions? You see the fucking fruit fly now.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. There's a fruit fly in here, guys. And in case you didn't know, fruit flies are like the fucking spies of the bug world, and they just disappear randomly. They'll be flying like full at you and just turn invisible.
It's crazy.
I think there's more than one. Whatever. Fuck these guys. I hate fruit flies. They'll die in 2 days.
That's true.
They're impossible to catch.
What were we talking about? Oh,
what mascot you'd want to be?
I feel like I would want to be. I know that I probably don't look enough like anybody.
Yeah.
But I would want to be one of the people who is
doesn't
like
have to wear a costume.
actually people and can actually talk.
Yeah.
Because they're like, hey, get inside this costume and don't talk to anyone for 4 hours.
Well, some of them have mouths now.
And they can talk. Move.
I don't know if they talk or it's a recording, but I wouldn't want to talk.
Yeah.
I'd be stoked.
Did you ever hear about the thing where if there was like any of the Toy Story characters at Disneyland, they would be
say the
like,
Andy's coming?
Yeah, they'd all like lay down on the ground.
Yeah, they're not allowed to do that anymore.
Yeah, I don't think that's a thing.
It used to be.
It did?
Yeah.
Okay. But too many people found out about it?
Too many people found out about it, and it's like dangerous for them to like try and lay down in those full suits, and it could damage the suits. The suit. I feel not really it's like funny, but like, you know, not great for Disney monetarily, I'm sure.
Disney can afford it.
Yeah, but they don't want to.
Yeah.
Just because you can't afford something doesn't mean you want to afford it.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd want to be like a character that's not out a lot.
You don't want to do it?
I just don't like being touched. Like I'd want to be like Stitch or something, you know, like they don't come out a lot. I don't think I look enough like any character to like be a character.
Mm-hmm. I think I'd want to be. Can I be one of the? Can I be like Darth Vader in the like Star Wars show that they have?
I feel like you're not tall enough.
I could wear some like some lifts.
Some lifts, you know? Maybe. You wanted to do the Star Wars battles. You could be a stormtrooper or something.
That'd be cool. Yeah. That'd be really cool. Because then you just get to like spin around a lightsaber and like pretend fight kids all day.
Yeah. I wonder if the same characters that are on the P raids are the same characters that get to meet the people. Because what if I could just do the P raid? I'd be happy if I could just wave and like do my 2-step dance and then like move on with my life.
It'd be fun to be in a parade.
Yeah, it'd be dope.
Yeah. Like not even just a
what
Disneyland
do they do
parade?
Between parades? They have to go
reset,
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they got to drive on the back roads of Disneyland to get back to the beginning.
Yeah. You know, make sure that the floats are okay. You know, redo your wig.
Yeah, see, that's the problem also with like, even if you look like one of the characters or enough like one of the characters in the face, like you're still wearing a wig and like a full thing. Mm-hmm. I don't look like any of the characters because I am not a twig. So I couldn't fit into any of their tiny little dresses unless I'm going to be like Nani and then I'm not brown enough.
That's true.
And also she doesn't come out.
Dude, Nani's thick.
Nani is a thick lady. I like it.
Yeah, I'm into Nani.
Yeah, I'm Hawaiian, but I'm not that brown, so I don't think I can be Nani.
Yeah, no, Nani's like straight Hawaiian.
Yeah,
Nani's like 100%.
Yeah,
which is cool, but yeah, Nani can get it.
She's almost as thick as Mrs. Incredible.
Oh, Mrs. Incredible can get it for sure.
She can do whatever she wants.
Yeah, yeah, Mrs. Incredible.
She can just reach out and grab you with her ass.
Yeah, I think I'd be into that.
Everybody always talks about that, like, well, who's like the hottest like Disney mom? It's Mrs. Incredible.
It's Mrs. Incredible. I think Nani is like.
She's not a mom though. I mean, she is because she's the mom to Lilo, but she's not a mom. She takes care of Lilo. Yeah.
Here's the thing, and this is what I just thought about. How old's Nani?
I think about that all the time. Because I don't know how old Lilo is.
No.
Because bitch is like the size of a toddler and Nani just lets her wander all over the island. Because if she is only like 3 or 4, Nani doesn't deserve to take care of her. Because why is she wandering and swimming in the ocean by herself to feed a fucking fish a peanut butter sandwich?
So here's the questions. Here's the thing is when Lilo's sitting down, she's only got like a mouth and head above like height on a pickle jar.
Yeah.
Lilo's small.
I know. Because when Nani picks her up, I'm like, this is an infant. Yeah. I don't know if she's just tiny, but she's very small. And her parents, she remembers her parents. So I feel like they died recently in that movie though. Like that's why she's still getting checked up on in DHS.
But she also is running full sentences and knows what voodoo is.
Yeah. And like explores the whole damn island by herself. I'm gonna Google it. I bet Google knows how old Nani is.
She takes pictures of like just real fatties.
She loves it.
I do. I love the guy that's always dropping the pistachio ice cream.
In the movie, Nani is said to be 18 and Lilo is said to be 6, making them a 12-year age difference.
Okay. I can feel a little bit better about saying Nani can get it and she's 18.
I feel better about that too, but I still don't think a 6-year-old should be swimming in the ocean by herself, feeding Pudge the fish a fucking peanut butter sandwich while she takes herself to Hula, given it's an island.
So there
are murderers on islands.
Yeah, dude, people are bored on islands.
That's what I'm saying.
And they're... Yeah.
Whether or not Nani is responsible enough for Lilo, who knows? Lilo's kind of a dick too. She makes her job way harder. Why is she nailing the damn door shut?
Yeah, she like bites Nani. Oh yeah, and she can operate the fuck out of a hammer.
Yeah.
But as far as the swimming thing goes, when I was 5, I was living in Hawaii and I was like snorkeling by myself.
Your parents weren't at the beach.
They were at the beach.
Yeah, but they weren't at work. Leaving you at home alone to make a sandwich and take it to the beach.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Also, I don't know that we could afford peanut butter. we were not living at large over in Hawaii, and they don't grow any peanuts there, so it all has to be imported. Really?
No peanuts in Hawaii?
No, I don't think so.
I wonder if it's probably just not the right climate. Too humid.
Peanuts are like a bush.
I thought it was a tree.
A peanut tree?
Sounds right to me. More than a fucking bush. Nuts grows on trees.
I think it's a bush. Google it.
We're Googling a lot to guys. We got questions.
It's just because we don't know anything and we like to talk a lot of shit on here.
Peanuts grow on trees. Peanuts grow in the ground like fucking rice.
Oh, how weird. That's right. No, they're like roots.
Yeah. Despite their name and appearance, peanuts are not tree nuts like walnuts and pecans. They're part of the legume family.
That's right.
Which includes beans, lentils, and peas.
That's right. Yeah, they grow in the ground. They're like attached to the roots.
That's weird.
I remember now. Have you ever seen...
I guess they're kind of a shrub then. But they don't grow on a shrub. They grow under the shrub.
It's definitely not a tree. I see it.
It's fucking fruit flies drive me crazy. Yeah. Did you get it?
No.
I don't think so.
Have you ever seen...
I think Nani's probably the hottest Disney character.
I think she's definitely the most realistic Disney character.
Body type wise or just
body type wise?
Yeah. She's a fucking badass too when you think about it, taking care of her sister and all that. Yeah, she works really hard.
She kicks the shit out of Mr. Bubbles' car.
She does. A stupid head.
She calls him a stupid head.
But yeah, there's not that many realistic
She rocks the fuck out of some untied boots.
She does. Mm-hmm. And a crop top. People like to talk about Nani and David's relationship. David's a cool guy. He really tries.
Cool guy. I like David.
He helps out with Lilo. He really tries to help Nani get a job so like she can like follow her dreams and like doesn't push her for anything. Good guy.
I think David's a really good guy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like the other hot Disney characters. This feels weird to think about, but
I've heard other people talk about this too, and they always say the same thing. Like, well, because most Disney characters are not adults.
Or, like, outrageously, like, attractive.
It's just because Mrs. Incredible's thick.
Mrs. Incredible is thick. And she could throw down.
Well, I mean, she's with Mr. Incredible,
She's all stretchy.
He's really strong, so he could just, like, she just bends around it, takes it.
Yeah. She can, like, you'll be on the top and the bottom at the same time. Like,
who's the hottest Disney guy?
Disney guy? When Mr. Incredible loses weight, he's very much like a man's man.
That's the wrong answer.
But hang on. I'm just saying that's the first one we were talking about.
Yeah.
Hottest Disney guy.
Because it's between two.
Okay.
It's either Tarzan or Shan Yu from Mulan.
Okay.
He's fucking hot.
Yeah. I think
shirtless like most of the time.
Tarzan's feet are too crazy to be hot.
Yeah, but he could do anything. He'd be like, "Hey, Tarzan, go up there and get me that." And he'd be like, "Okay."
Yeah. I mean, he's also
and he can make like crazy fucking noises like a gun.
Yeah.
Clayton.
And he chokes out a silverback gorilla. Like, let's not forget that.
He's a little crazy though.
A lot
strong
crazy.
Nose.
Yes.
Very strong.
So
mostly it's Shan Yu.
Yeah, Shan Yu for sure. Mulan also very good looking. She can't
got a baby
compete.
Face.
She can't compete with Mrs. Incredible.
Oh no, but she's a fucking badass.
She is a badass.
She can maybe compete physically, but only if she had superpowers too. Or Mrs. Incredible agreed not to elasta her.
I feel like if
then it's just a fist fight, fisticuffs.
Then it's just a fist fight. But
on fighting acumen alone,
I'm trying to think who else would be like a
Kristoff's hot because he's nice.
Kristoff,
not because he's actually cute.
From Frozen. I don't think he's a very attractive looking guy.
No, but he's nice. He's nice. A good guy.
Yeah.
So he's hot for being good. Personality. And he's tall. That helps.
I see. Okay.
Just saying, tall people.
Yeah.
You see some ugly ass tall people with like really hot people and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why? Height. It's like every inch over 6 foot, you get an extra point, Just crazy, the math.
Yeah. So, it would.
I feel like we're going to look crazy in these videos, looking all over the place for this fucking fruit fly.
I do think it's only one.
Yeah, it's just quick.
Yeah. It was Halloween.
It was Halloween. You still haven't picked the hottest Disney guy.
I think.
Unless we're disagreeing on Sean Yu.
I think we're agreeing on Sean Yu.
I don't really know if that's his name. I just feel like it is.
Yeah. I can't really think of like other ones right now. There's like so many Disney movies to go through. And like so many.
Li Shang. We're bad. It's Li Shang.
Li Shang?
Li Shang is Mulan's boyfriend. I don't know who Sean Yu is.
Who's Sean Yu?
I don't know. Someone. I think in that movie it is someone, but not him. Li Shang is the hot one. We're sorry to people that have been screaming Li Shang, not Sean Yu.
So it's just Halloween.
It was just Halloween.
Slow Halloween.
Yeah, well, Rona.
The Rona. We just put like a shallow bowl of candy out, so that way if like someone just dumped the whole bowl,
would it be all of our candy?
Yeah. So
we know how kids work. Because we were them, and we dumped candy.
And if we saw like a big group coming, I would like open the window and like make sure that everyone got candy.
Yeah.
But
it was fine.
It was fine. We got to meet a great big dog.
We did meet a great big dog. Austin kind of watched Halloween Town for the first time.
I was doing a lot of cooking.
You were doing a lot of cooking. Austin did it. Austin was deprived of a childhood to see Halloween Town or Hocus Pocus, which I showed him this year also.
Yeah, that's true. I had never seen Hocus Pocus.
Which is weird.
Hocus Pocus was pretty good.
Yeah.
Halloween Town, not so much.
I feel like they're both good.
I feel like Halloween Town is one of those ones that you saw as a kid, so you tolerate now as an adult.
I feel like that about Hocus Pocus.
I thought Hocus Pocus was better.
You thought Addams Family was the best.
Oh, dude, yeah. I got like a Halloween movie education this year.
Yes, Austin. So Austin doesn't do the scary movies. If you're new to this podcast, Austin doesn't like them.
Don't. They scare me.
Because they're scary. So we watch children's Halloween movies.
Great. I love that.
Which is fine. Yeah.
Because they're the perfect balance. They're creepy, but not scary. And that's what I like. I like that shit.
Yeah, and we were scrolling through like the Halloween movies on Disney Plus, because that's where you find the kids' Halloween movies.
Yep.
And they have fucking like Don't Look Under the Bed, which is like a legitimately scary movie. I'm gonna have to do like a poll of who remembers this movie and how fucking scary it was. I haven't obviously seen it since I was a kid, so maybe it's not that scary.
Yeah.
But I remember it being so fucking scary.
Yeah, I never saw it. And with the amount of fright that's in Faith's eyes when she talks about it, don't want to.
I don't know.
Does that mean that I'm scared of a Disney movie? Yeah.
Could be. It's scary.
And that's okay.
You should be. I'll probably watch it again sometime just to see. I'll watch it in the daytime because I'm not crazy.
The Addams Family movie, great. Just watched it for the first time. Hilarious.
Watched like the newer, because I know there's like old Addams Family movies, and obviously the show is old. There's a newer one with the little girl that everybody says I look like, Christina Ricci or whatever her name is, as Wednesday Addams.
Are you talking about the animated one?
No, the one that we watched last night is newer. Okay, it was made in like the 90s. But they didn't have Addams Family Values, which is like the next one, so we didn't watch that. I thought about putting on like Rocky Horror Picture Show, but then our neighbors were doing fireworks, so.
And so we went out and we watched that. Halloween fireworks.
Weird times.
First time, but it's 2020. You can do what you want.
You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
I don't even care. My dog cared, but we found that if we just talk really loudly over the fireworks, it seems to help a little bit. Then she's just confused.
Yeah, but then we were just kind of screaming at each other.
Yeah, that was freaking her out too. We just freaked her out twice as hard.
Right. But I was kind of bummed that we didn't really get to see that many Halloween costumes this year.
I know. I love to see the little babies walking around in costume.
Mm-hmm. That is your favorite.
Last year there was a lot of like Spider-Gwens from...
there were a lot of Spider-Gwens.
Whatever that fucking movie is. Spider-Verse.
Mm-hmm. Which is cool. Spider-Gwen is awesome.
Yeah.
But,
I think it's not very practical for her to run around like ballet shoes as Spider-Man.
does she wear ballet shoes?
She wears like little blue black ballet shoes.
Huh. I guess I never looked.
Pretty sure. I'll Google it.
Okay. I mean, I believe you, but I guess I never looked at her feet. But yeah, probably impractical. But also, if we're talking about Spider-Verse, Miles Morales running around in untied Jordan 1s, also probably impractical.
I mean, yeah, but he's Spider-Man, I guess. That's probably why it works.
That's true. His shoes just stick to his feet.
Yeah, that's probably how hers work too. Yeah, she is wearing ballet flats. Without like the lacy part. But they could just be attached to her costume also. Maybe she just likes a blue shoe.
Maybe.
Who knows?
I am a fan of a blue shoe.
One of our neighbor kids was dressed up as Spider-Man. I almost was like, he's like, I'm Spider-Man. I was almost like, are you like Peter Parker or Miles Morales? But I don't know how into it he was. So I was like, neat.
Yeah.
Good for you, child.
He was pretty good. And then the little girl in our neighborhood was like, I'm a devil. I'm going to go do evil things.
I was like, okay.
We were like, okay. But yeah, last year, tons of Halloween people. We like ran out of candy.
We did run out of candy.
This year, we didn't buy very much candy at all.
And we didn't even run out.
Yeah, we got leftovers.
We should have just poured all of it in there for like the last two people. Like, wait a second, take all our candy.
But
it's weird, you know? I've seen pictures and stuff of the social distancing, trick-or-treating and whatnot. And my sister went trick-or-treating with my niece. Mm-hmm. But, you know, people are like, next year it'll be normal. I'm like, is it?
Is it gonna
or are we
be?
just gonna all stop caring by then? Because right now, like most of us, it seems
we thought this whole thing was gonna be over in May.
We are all hoping, but apparently not enough people were concerned about it to stop it in May. Mm-hmm. So here we are. That's what I think is gonna happen. I think less and less people, as more time goes on, more people are gonna stop caring, and then eventually just everything's gonna be like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Or it'll actually get solved, but that seems unrealistic.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
It's almost election day, guys. Get out and fucking vote if you haven't. You have like one day after when this comes out. You'll have one day to put your vote in.
Yep. So
you know,
drop that shit off.
Drop box or go to actually vote in person. Don't try and mail it because that'd be stupid.
Do not mail your vote in anymore. I mean, the state that we live in does a lot of mail-in voting.
That's all they do. Mail in and drop box.
But do the drop box. Like.
Yeah. It's stupid.
Yeah.
This whole thing. Very stressful weeks coming ahead of us.
I one time voted and it was like on election day.
Yeah.
And I like went and I dropped it off and then I came home and they were like, these are the results. And I was like, there's no fucking way you counted my vote.
That's the thing. Because they always say like you can drop it off until like 8 p.m.
It's a lie.
That doesn't seem realistic. But there's supposedly whoever's announced on the night of election day, so the 3rd, isn't really real.
Yeah.
That's just the preliminary. It's the assumption based on the votes they've collected.
So weird.
This year it's going to be weird because
but
how
it's
many
just
people
always
mailed.
right?
I think at that point it's just like it's too late to change. Not that it matters anyways.
It's so weird.
I don't know.
Elections
I don't know how
are
it
weird.
works. Because it's like a percentage thing anyways. So like how many votes are we going to receive past 8 p.m.? Mm-hmm. And like now this year it's all weird, so who knows. That's why they're saying like it could take like up to a week or more to actually have any results. We might not know shit on election night. Besides,
I mean, that would make sense.
That our current president will say that he won because that's how his strategy works.
Yep.
I'm the winner until someone tells me I'm not, and then I'm still the winner because it's a fucking lie.
Yeah, but for
it's fake news.
For like actually like the presidential race, the popular vote doesn't really matter.
Yeah, no.
It's all the Electoral College, which they'll have all their results on election day.
I saw it because, there's a lot of political things, so I try not to go on social media too much around this time of election season.
It's a good call.
But I saw somebody commenting, they're all like down talking some Democrats or whatever, dim-tarts as they like to call them or whatever. And they were like, this is coming from people that can't even accept that they lost the election in the first place. And I was like, talk to your fucking president who can't accept that he lost the popular vote that doesn't fucking matter. He won't accept he lost a vote that matters to no one.
Yeah. Or the people who are still complaining about Obama.
For real.
Like, that's not even our current president anymore.
Doesn't even matter anymore.
How about you get over it?
Funny times, Either way, just, if you live in a major city, prepare for election night issues. I think
that's really the message that we have to be sending out is no matter who wins, just start preparing. Because it's
because
gonna
I'm sure those nice Republican people, if they happen to lose, will start to be as upset as the poor people that were upset when Trump won, and then we can all call them the fragile snowflakes, like they called the people that protested when they didn't win.
Yeah, so I think.
Well, they'll be shouting fake news and saying it's voter fraud and everything, even though that's like statistically not true.
No matter who wins,
it's gonna be a shit show.
It's gonna be a mess. So just start preparing. Yeah.
Did you hear like Walmart took their like guns and ammo off the shelves?
No.
Yeah. In preparation.
Because of election?
Yeah. They're having it in the back now. You have to ask for it. They didn't just like want it easily available for people that were upset.
To loot it?
Yeah.
Okay. Weird
times, this country's weird
times.
And it's confusing because like even like now they're like changing rules. Nobody knows when they're allowed in like certain states to like turn in their ballots if they're mailing it in, because some states have it like if it's postmarked by election day, it'll still be counted, even though it would take like a week to get.
Stupid. I don't think listen, I think they have to have received it by election day. I think
I feel like if they say that it can be postmarked by election day, they should make like tally day like 5 days after or something. Like we should talk about it later. If you're gonna let people mail it on election day, we should move election day.
Like, look, I understand that you want to mail in your vote, and they say that like this is election day, so you think that you should be able to mail it in by that day. But it's like if you
I feel like common sense should dictate that you need to mail it beforehand.
Yeah, it
takes time.
It has to get to you. It has to get to them in order to be counted when they're counting it. And they're like, well, it's not my fault that the mail is taking so long. It's like, that's true. It's not. But
it's Trump's fault.
If you're on your way to a baseball game, and you get hit by another car, right?
Yeah.
Totally not your fault. You get hit by another car, but you're stuck there. You're stuck there. You wanted to go to the baseball game. The baseball game's over.
Yeah.
And you missed it. Was it your fault? No. Did you leave when they said you should have left? Yes.
Yeah.
It's not your fault. Didn't get to do it.
Yeah. Just these days, I get it, because there's a lot more people voting by mail and they might not know what's happening. It's like their first time.
Go to a Dropbox. There's other options.
Well, I mean, unless you're in Texas.
For most states, yeah.
Poor fucking Texas over there. Dude. One Dropbox per county. Kind of fucking bullshit is that? Crazy.
And if the counties are anything like the size of the state, it's going to be a mess.
Well, yeah. Houston County is like the biggest county in the whole fucking state, and it's got one Dropbox. It's crazy. Fucked up.
It's crazy.
Yeah, well, just make sure you go out and Dropbox that shit tomorrow, or if you haven't.
Yep. I think there should be like an election day. And then like an announcement day the next day. Have 24 hours
to have some
count
leeway.
The votes, to make sure everyone's counted. But
a lot of people think that election day should be a national holiday so that people can go out and vote.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
I don't think it's a bad idea either. Amazon got in some hot shit because they were like, employees were asking if they could like have time off to like vote and like be paid. And they're like, no. No.
Yeah.
No. I'm like, why is anybody surprised?
Yeah.
Amazon like notoriously sucks. Like good for fast, pretty cheap shit, but
Amazon is good for the consumer.
Not for the employee.
Not for anybody else.
Yeah, no, it's not great.
Yeah. Amazon is great for the consumer and Jeff Bezos. And that's it.
Pretty much. And I think like people like shit on Jeff Bezos pretty hard.
I just shit on Jeff Bezos because it's like, hey, pay some fucking taxes.
Pay some taxes. I agree.
Right?
But I think his idea and what started it, good for him.
Yeah.
Good for you, Jeff Bezos.
Absolutely.
And it was started as a bookseller. You know, that's all Amazon did before was sell books. And they're like, we could sell other shit too. I think that's cool, but I also think support your local bookstores.
Yeah.
Because I don't want bookstores to go away. That would make me so sad.
I'm not mad at Jeff Bezos for building an empire. I'm not mad at Jeff Bezos for using like tactics to undermine and undercut other businesses to make sure that his business grew.
That's how business works.
I'm not mad about that. That's just business. Like he wanted diapers.com and diapers.com was owned by another company.
Sure.
So he just made all of his diapers so astronomically cheap. He was losing money. On diapers, but he was undercutting actual diapers.com so much that they didn't stand a chance.
Yeah.
They ended up closing down and he was able to buy it for like pennies on the dollar. Like it's underhanded, it's shitty.
But that's how business works.
But that is how business works. I'm upset with Jeff Bezos because you're the richest man in the world and your company paid $0 in taxes.
Yeah, that's why I'm mad at him also. And he could be nicer to his employees.
Yes, absolutely.
That's my other problem with him. But brilliant.
Yeah.
Business plan.
Great business
plan.
Good businessman.
Yeah.
Not a great person.
But now
Jeff Bezos, don't have me killed.
I know, right?
If you're listening to this,
we
Jeff
think
Bezos,
you're smart.
Yeah, you're a great guy. It's just a bit.
Maybe treat people nicer.
We're running a bit, and don't have me killed, Lord Bezos.
United States of Bezos, because he'll get enough money one day to pay us off.
Yeah.
Pay off all the debt of America. Jeff Bezos will do that, and then we'll be the United States of Bezos.
The USB.
Which is Becca did go to an Amazon grocery store, so it was pretty cool.
That's crazy. Like the one where you just
shit.
Like put your stuff into the cart and it like counts it and weighs it.
Does it take the money out of your Amazon? Like, is it connected to your Amazon account? You think, or just like you have your card, like you pay at the cart? Because it's just supposed to like you're supposed to be just to walk out and it like pays.
Whoa.
Like scans everything as you put it, and then you just walk out of the store. You just leave because you've already paid.
I'm sure that you probably have an option, just like, hey, sign into your Amazon account, and it'll just charge whatever card that you have on file.
Yeah.
But maybe they also have like a chip reader in the cart.
Who knows? Becca, you'll have to tell us, or if anybody's been to an Amazon store, let us know. Yeah, that's my problem with Jeff Bezos also. But I love a good bookstore, so I can't buy all my things on Amazon. I got to go to a bookstore.
Yeah, you do.
And honestly, books on Amazon and the bookstore cost about the same amount. Maybe a small difference, but it ends up usually coming out and shipping regardless.
But I know
But there are more options on Amazon.
There's more options on Amazon, and unlike you, some people don't like to dig through a whole bookstore for what they're trying to find, whereas you could spend a week's vacation in a bookstore and be completely happy.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying, not everybody's like that.
And some people don't like to talk to people. I don't, but I also know where everything is in the bookstore, so I don't need to talk to people if I don't want to.
Yeah, you don't have to. If you're just like, set me up a cot and make sure that I've got a steady flow of chocolate chip cookies and muffins, and that's a great vacation.
It would be nice. But yeah, I know a lot of bookstores like Powell's up in Portland is like, support us, don't support Amazon. They have enough money.
Yeah.
Like Powell's, you're like the most fucking popular bookstore this side of the Mississippi. Calm down.
Maybe both sides of the Mississippi.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm sure there's some big ones in New York that people like, and like Chicago's got books.
That's true.
There's that fucking cool one in LA that's got like the fucking curved book arch you can go under, you know. They're an Instagram spot. Who knows how many books they're selling.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But people go there.
But no, Powell's is huge. There's got to be smaller bookstores in Portland.
I'm sure there are.
100%.
Yeah, but Powell's don't care about them. They're trying to make money.
Yeah.
Powell's like, screw you guys. We need to pay for this whole fucking city block. You guys only have to pay for that one store.
Yeah, Amazon's like, don't support big bookstores like Powell's. Support us. Support local. Right here in the US of A.
Powell's is cool, but it's almost too big. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
I can't stay there for that long. And there's always so many people. And it's so hot. They need to work on their AC.
If your bookstore is big enough to have several different types of merch, like, you've got a really big bookstore.
Yeah, it's a lot. And I only look at like 3 sections. So I don't read that many types of books. Yeah. I mean, I read a lot of types of books, but it's all fiction. I'm not trying to like... I do read some nonfiction, but it's mostly true crime if it's a nonfiction.
They do have like a antique book section, like up on the top floor. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I don't try to spend a bunch of money on a...
Oh, we're not buying them, but it's cool to look.
It is true.
I've got like a glass room with like really old books.
I like a good book.
You do? Old or new?
Old, new, everything in between. Little, big.
You don't discriminate against
long,
books?
Short.
Black books, white books.
Yeah. I've actually been recently trying to read more books about different races.
That's good.
Because it's good.
Diversify your reading, your knowledge.
I try, because it's supposed, it helps you understand the other side, because what you read kind of helps the way you think. That's what they say. People that read are usually like more open-minded about things. Yeah. I guess suppose what you're reading. If you read a bunch of white supremacist books, probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not helping anything.
No. Yeah.
But like because I like a good historical fiction, as we know, and I like mostly historical fiction because I like to learn about like what happened. Mm-hmm. So I've read a few like Korean and like Hawaiian historical fictions, and it's always so good.
You do. I know the books that you're talking about. You really liked all those books.
Mm-hmm. So good.
But yeah, it can definitely diversify your knowledge, unless you're picking up books that are like good times at the Holocaust. Like, then it's probably not doing much for you.
No, but yeah, I like a good World War II book too. It's kind of what started my historical fiction thing. Mm-hmm. I don't go too far back, but I did read a book that was like Civil War times. That was pretty good. And I added a recent one to my list.
Your never-ending to-read list?
Yeah, I want to get it. Because I read a good romance novel. It doesn't have to be good. I'll read it. If it's a fast read, I'll read it. I don't care. Mm-hmm. Romance novels notoriously easy to read. Lots of sex. Very little complex storyline, so usually know how it's going to end. Girl escapes from a complicated relationship, meets another guy. He's never going to fall in love with you. Totally falls in love with him. They get married, and then the old guy comes back and is like, hey, you can have my lady. That guy gets his ass kicked, and they fall over happily ever after. And that's how it ends. I think you just described at least 3,000 different books. Exactly. Yeah. 80% of romance novels. and also half of the holiday specials that are going to be coming out. Oh, I'm so excited. I don't have that many interracial relationships in my romance novels. So I was looking for some, and I found some historical fiction romance novels set during Civil War times. Which I'm intrigued by. Scandal. And one of them, the first one I was reading, the person that like reviewed it on Goodreads was saying that they knew like the real life black woman that it was based off of. She was a freed slave, or she was born free or something, and she became a spy. Ooh. And went back to the South and pretended to be a slave to spy. Whoa. For the Union, right? Union was North. Confederate was South, yeah. So I was like, dude, I gotta read this shit. That is crazy. So it's on my list now. Yeah. Spies. Spy books are cool. Yeah. Pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I think. Spies are crazy. I can't be a spy. You can never be a spy? I mean, I'm pretty quiet when I walk. Yeah. And I don't like people, but I'm not good at faking. I think you're confusing being a spy with being a ninja. I could be a ninja. Because spies don't have to walk quiet. They have to like get into groups and gather information. Sometimes they have to walk quiet, Tim. Sometimes. I'm just saying, James Bond, not a quiet walker. And he talks funny. Drinks too much. Drinks way too much. Yeah, you can smell that motherfucker coming. Sean Connery died. He did, but you know. He was like 90, so like not that sad. People are like really sad about him. Like, dude was old. He lived a good long life. It's not as sad as some other people that have died. Yeah, good guy. Never hit a woman with a closed fist. That's what he said on camera. What the fuck? Yeah, there's like a whole interview where like they hit women. So now I don't like Sean Connery. Yep. Good thing you're dead, dude. So it was like an interview where the woman was like, "You've been on, you've been recorded in the past saying that you should never hit a woman with a closed fist, but you prefer to do it with an open hand." And he's like, "Yep." And you're like, doesn't leave a bruise, I guess. I don't know. Slap an ass, maybe. Slap an ass is different. Maybe that's what he's talking about. Maybe he was like, I'm James Bond. I slap ass. He does. James Bond did slap ass. Lots of ass. If you think James Bond didn't spank anybody during sex, you're out of your mind. James Bond was doing way more. James Bond was like fucking, but also like gathering intel. You know?
Yeah, he was
like a dog that like sniffs ass, and like knows everything about that dog. Like he just like stick his dick someone and like know everything about everybody else that has stuck their dick in that person also.
Yeah, he was gathering
spy shit.
He was gathering some tail, that's for sure.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I think spy, tough job.
Gotta suck.
It's gotta suck. You can never have like a life of your own.
Like in Men in Black, when they asked like Will Smith if he wants to be in Men in Black and how he's gonna have to like erase his whole life and like forget everybody he knew to like be a Man in Black and like erase his fingerprints and like he just goes by Jay. Mm-hmm. Would you do that?
No.
I like my family.
I like being able to know people. I
don't have a problem with that.
I like people. Like,
but maybe if my whole family was dead, I would be like, yeah, sure. I like aliens. Yeah. I always knew they were real, Being fucking like MIB would be pretty cool. You get a flashy thing, people. That's cool.
I don't think it's worth it.
If your whole family was dead, it wouldn't be worth it. You could have friends that were Men in Black. They run on a long ass day.
It doesn't seem like a real fun group of people.
Oh, you're talking about Jay seems pretty cool.
No, definitely not.
Jay's not cool? Jay's definitely cool.
Jay, I mean...
Kay's not cool.
Kay's not cool. Jay's pretty cool, but he's the only one. I
don't know. Zed's pretty cool. He's weird.
Zed is not cool.
What about Frank? Frank's cool.
Frank is an annoying dog.
So I'd be Men in Black and Austin wouldn't.
No. Frank is cool, watch like from the outside looking in.
Just because he's a talking dog?
Yeah, you're like, he's a talking dog. Oh, he's quippy. It's funny when Kay shakes him around.
Dog owes some money.
Yeah. That was a great movie.
That's a fantastic movie. No one's arguing that. We're talking about if you want to be in Men in Black.
Yeah, but then like, you remember in the second movie when he becomes Jay's partner?
What? Frank? Yeah.
Frank, yeah. Yeah, Frank becomes Jay's partner. And he's just horrifically annoying the whole time.
I don't think he's annoying. Who let the dogs out?
He was horribly annoying. He was cranking that. Imagine like having a coworker and you like go into you're like in the car and you're like, don't touch anything. They're brand new, like fresh, fresh meat, and you're like the best.
Sure.
You're like, don't touch anything. Wait in the car. You leave for 5 minutes. You go in and have a conversation with a guy who you can shoot his head off, and it grows right back. You come back, and they're blasting "Who Let the Dogs Out."
Yeah, well,
See,
I'd like Jay as a partner. I like a partner that doesn't need to talk to me. That's good.
Yeah,
I like a quiet person.
but then you show up to a scene again. You're the senior agent.
Yeah.
Fresh meat coming in. You show up to a scene and he starts barking orders at people because he's with you.
Yeah, because he thinks he's hot shit too.
Annoying. So annoying.
I'd still be Men in Black if my whole family was dead. If they were alive, I couldn't erase myself from their lives. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm just too cool to erase from people's lives. It'd be impossible. They'd never forget me.
Yeah. No, I don't think I'd do it.
Do you think they erase you from everybody you've ever met's lives, like friends or just family?
Everybody.
Seems like it'd be like a lot of work.
Yeah. But, also realistically, the amount of work that they would have to do to keep themselves secret like that, not possible.
Yeah.
I don't
know. A lot of secrets in this world.
Like, the Men in Black are real because there's two mysterious men who walked into a lobby and they was both wearing suits. You know who else wears suits? Every fucking businessman on the planet. So what, that these guys were a little sus and then they left the building real quick.
It was a little suspicious.
It was a little sus, but suspicious.
Suspicious. A little suspicious.
But yeah, I don't think
they're real.
I'm
just saying it would be one. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't think Men in Black are real.
So, anyways.
But if it was real, like the movie, and my whole family was dead and they asked me because I could chase down an unlicensed cephalopod on foot, I would do it.
Congratulations on doing that. Good job.
Any hoozle.
Isn't a cephalopod like an octopus?
I don't fucking know. I was just making up something. A cephalopod is something in Men in Black. I just don't know if that's why he chased down on foot.
Yeah, okay. Anyways.
Any hoozle. We've been talking forever.
Yeah, a little more than an hour.
Where can they find you?
Oh, me? I'm on the Instagrams at Austin J. Kassler, and on Facebook, just regular old Austin Kassler. And what about you?
You can find me on Instagram, at I Wish I Could Tag Faith. All one word. It's all lowercase also. I don't know if that matters on Instagram though. And you can find the podcast on Instagram and Twitter at Your Podcast, and then on Facebook and YouTube if you just look up Your Podcast, YOURE, a podcast. And on Facebook and Twitter is where we will share the links for where it's like easiest to find us, to listen to, and all that, because we know it can be a little bit difficult. Make sure you spread the word, and we hope you guys enjoyed this whole year with us.
Yeah.
If you've been listening for that long. If you're new, then welcome.
Yeah. We're just happy you guys been spending either a year, 6 months, 2 episodes,
or
one
hour.
episode. Yeah, whatever. We're happy to have you. If you like, just listen to us talk about random shit and calling out Lord Bezos.
Talking about our unpopular opinions about Jar Jar Binks.
Yes.
Another unpopular opinion is that Luke Skywalker's a little whiny bitch.
You gave me that opinion, and I was like, you're wrong. And then I watched Star Wars again, and he totally whines a lot.
He's a little whiny bitch. You guys can fight me on that.
Yeah.